Good evening, everyone. Good evening again, once again to our evening session. Hope you had a wonderful day. Those who are joining first time, welcome. This session is happening on Zoom Live as well as on the YouTube Live. So those who are watching, heartily welcome to you and hope you are having a wonderful day. Same old instructions for those who are joining new. Maintain the maintain the non-resistance. If there is any sound disturbance, anything, accept the present moment as it is. So it's not about the process; it's about how we react to the situation in this moment. So these simple pointers sit in a throughout the session, sit in a non resistance way means allowing everything to happen in this moment, asking for no change, whether it's body, whether it's mind, simply accepting the present moment as it is. And if there is someone talking or if there is a disturbance, let it allow, let it happen, allow it to happen. Don't have a preferences. So the whole point of meditation is to come to a natural state of no preference where we'll not demand something, we'll just be okay with what is. And that's how we change the mind pattern. And as usual, we start our session with pranayam. We'll do three types of pranayam followed by meditation and question and answer. So let's get into it and we start. So while we do pranayam, we all start our camera so that we can see each other. And I remove my spotlight. So beautiful to see. Then blank screens, isn't it? Yes. So now smiling faces. It's more beautiful than just a name. Sudhakar ji is okay. Good. All are now. All. So what you do first, just become aware of this moment. Become aware of this moment. Doesn't necessarily need to close eyes. Just simply become aware of this moment and just look around. Look around. Just look around and be awake of this moment and observe your surroundings and look at everything like you're looking at first time. Every small details. Like even if you see your shirt, look so closely that you should see the linings, the weaving patterns, and very small details. Try to see everything surrounding you in a very minute detail, very close microscopic look for everything. Many times we wear clothes, but we don't closely observe our own clothes. So we are going to maintain this microscopic lens and be very watchful for our surroundings, observant. So the whole spirituality is all about coming back where you are in that state. So all the books, all the teachings, it's all saying to you, come back where you are right now in this moment. There is nothing beautiful than this moment. There is nothing real than this moment. So whatever this present moment you find yourself in, inside your house, there is nothing better than this moment. The next moment will be one moment old. The life would have slipped one moment by one moment by one moment. Be very awake of this moment. In your awakefulness, watchfulness, observe everything surrounding you. Don't take it for granted. Look closely. There is a world into small, small things. Our mind focuses on bigger things, bigger events, bigger things. But life breathes in small, small things, simple, simple things. Closely paying attention to surrounding with a microscopic lens. Whatever you can get your eyes on, being very wakeful, watchful. So this is the practice we do every day, whether we are in office, whether you are sitting, working at home. Wherever you sit, take a pause and for 5 minutes, observe each and everything closely with a microscopic lens and become aware of the stillness that time. Don't take it for granted everything and become aware of that stillness within. When I say stillness within you, I am talking about you. So I see you as a stillness. You don't have stillness. You are the stillness. Stillness, awareness, consciousness, they all same and they're one and same thing. Two more we can add: blissfulness, love. All of them are representing one thing. You can add being to that. So you got stillness, you got blissfulness, you got consciousness, you got awareness, you got love, being. This is all referring to you. You don't have these qualities, you are that. Now, even though I am telling you all these words, those words are also merely reflection of a moon in water. So when I say you are consciousness, that consciousness word or blissfulness word or being or peaceful, those words are also not the exact thing I am talking about. It is also the reflection of a moon you are watching in water. It's not the real moon. So these terms, consciousness, blissfulness, love, being, awareness, this is as close as one can describe yourself. But again, still it's not that. It cannot be described in words. Who you are cannot be described in the word. Simply remain observant and still. Mind will say, oh, I want to do meditation. I want to close my eyes. I want to go to some different land. That is not meditation. Meditation cannot be done. There is no effort you can do to achieve meditativeness. Meditation happens when you drop all the efforts. All you're doing is simply being aware of this moment and closely observing everything. When any thought means the mind is moved little bit. So any movement is just the movement of mind. And when there is no movement, that's when you are there. When there is a movement, that time only mind is there. When you're observing closely, microscopically, everything, you are there, mind is not there. Only you as an intelligence there, as awareness there. Practice with your eyes open so that it becomes a natural practice of being aware of everything in every moment. When mind jumps from one moment to another moment, what happens? You stop seeing things around you. Mind is only focusing on bigger picture, only projecting future and past. What about this moment? What can you see in this moment? This moment seems to of no value to you. This surrounding seems no value to you in the mind level, on the mind level. Mind doesn't find it very interesting where you're sitting and whatever things surrounding you. It's not very exciting for mind. Krishna, if possible, you can start your camera. Only if possible. Just establish yourself in this moment. We are not looking to go into any trance mode. That's not meditation to go into any trance. Let's not do a breathing technique today. Let's focus in this moment with less and less instruction, no instruction at all. Mind will say, oh, this is not meditation. I didn't feel blissful. I didn't go to some trance. That's all trick of your mind. I want you to keep your eyes open and be very intimate with this moment. Like I'm sitting here, I can see my daughter is talking at the background. I see the hall, I see the lights. There's no plan, there is no next moment waiting for me. Simply being established in this moment. Just see if there is any longingness of an experience, the experience you get after meditation or so-called meditation where your eyes are closed and you get transported to some other place, not staying intimate. See if there is a longingness of that any kind of experience because that's what the mind is. Mind always longs for experience. Body always longs for experience. Who you are is a experienceless, pure awareness. Can you establish yourself? I invite you to establish yourself as awareness. What does awareness want in this moment? Awareness want nothing. What is the plan of awareness? There is no plan for awareness. You as awareness have no qualities. You're simply taken on this form with senses so you can experience this world as a 3D place. But as in awareness, what's your nature? What's your demand? What's your desire? There is a desire of your mind. There is a desire of your body. What is the desire of you as awareness? What does awareness need? It doesn't need anything. It is complete in itself. Be very intimate with this moment, desiring absolutely nothing, and having a microscopic lens, watching surrounding. Become aware of audio visual signals you are receiving in this moment. What are the audio and visuals I am getting? So, what are my two senses, the more important senses? One is your ears, one is your eyes. Use these two senses. The awareness is using these senses to observe the visuals and listen to silence, sorry, sounds. But awareness has no say in it. It is absolutely just a spectator of what is happening in this moment. Drishta or witness. See if there is any discomfort in mind or body, or is there any commentary mind is saying, oh, is this a meditation? Oh, this is not a meditation. Oh, is it? Is it? No, no, no. Is there any expectations? Right now, you are in the samadhi. This is the highest form of meditation one can do. What is the highest form of that meditation? Simply being intimate with this moment, asking for nothing. What do I want as awareness? Nothing. But the more and more you establish yourself in this, it's called establishing yourself in samadhi. What is samadhi? Samadhi is very intimate relationship with this moment, asking for no change. No matter how difficult situation comes, no matter how tough situation comes, I will not ask anything other than this moment. Whatever this moment brings, I will simply act on it. I will not ask for something to be different than what this moment has got. If my daughter is talking in the background in this moment loudly on the phone, I accept it. I accept it. I create no resistance to this moment. I let everything happen. I just become a observer, a witness. So there is this observer, there is this observed material, and then there is this witness. So witness in you, see what is witness, what is observer, and what is getting observed. Become aware of that. Now remember, when a case goes to court, there is a murderer and there is a body which got murdered, but the advocate calls to the witness. So witness is neither the murderer nor the one who got murdered. The witness is completely third person. Now in you, there is a observer, there is a material which getting observed, and there is a witness which is witnessing both of them. That witness is the stillness, the awareness. Simply being in the intimate relationship with this moment, with not a slight hint of going away from this moment or jumping into the next moment. Simply allowing this moment to bring. We see what is this moment is bringing. Right now, for me, it's bringing this beautiful surrounding, visuals of surrounding. There is a auditory signals receiving by my ears, the visuals by eyes. Simply needs no interpretation or thought or anything of that matter. Can I establish myself fully throughout this session in this moment? Can I become timeless? Because when you are very intimate with this moment, there is no time left now. The time only exists when you are into the psychological world of past and future. In this moment, what is the time in this moment? There is no time. Here and now. See if you can keep yourself established. You can use your eyes, you can use your ears to be a very good witness, maintaining your stillness. See if there is an urge for doing something. See, is there any demand from body? Oh, let's do pranayama. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Or let's do Kamal Bharti. Is there any urge inside? Because I saw at the day of when we had a Mahashivratri, a whole night we were awake and present. And I saw how my body and mind wanted to binge watch Netflix next day. So it was trying to like recover or cover its quota of, of auditory and visual sensations. It was becoming more active, more. It wanted something more than because somehow it was rebelling or trying to take a revenge. Ki, okay, you became present last night, whole night, and didn't give me anything, any sensation, audiovisual sensation. So let me put you in the trap of binge watching something. See if there is any kind of urge for you to do something. Simply become aware. Is there any commentary happening behind you? Oh, what's this going on? Let's do something. Let's do pranayama, or let's do some different meditation. What is this? I don't like in this moment. This is so boring. These are the commentaries of mind. Just become aware if there is any kind of this kind of a going on. Is there any kind of a commentary going on like that? Simply be aware of if there's anything. There's no need for me to talk either. You know what's the highest form of meditation? There's nothing to do. Simply be in this moment, looking for no experience. Just developing a manner of living which has a lot of stillness, lot of you, not your mind. Sometimes body will move automatically, hands will move, legs will move. It's trying to break that stillness. Mind will assert itself through various things like body movement, or maybe suddenly there'll be a big taking big breath coming in and going out. So in various small things, mind will assert itself. You be conscious about it. Don't do anything. Just conscious, stay conscious, stay more still. And whatever arises in this moment, don't fight with it. See the compulsion of mind and body to do something. Is there any story happening behind to do something? Be aware of if there is any desire of mind for something else than what is in this moment. See if this moment is enough, complete enough for you, not to look for other moment. Become aware to see if feels like the time has stopped completely in this moment. pause is so evident, the stillness is so evident. It feels like the clock has stopped. Remain in the complete acceptance of this moment. To remain as still as possible in mind and body. Body will assert, the body movement or mind movement will assert itself. It will try to break you away from this moment. The invitation is to stay in this moment. While practicing this, one day the switch will get flipped back to the original state of stillness. In your childhood, in your teenage, this was the natural state where you kept coming back to the stillness. Now, as adult, we keep coming back to the noise of the mind. So, when you practice this samadhic meditation, where you are okay with present moment, the more and more you stay in this, all the brain patterns get eradicated and the switch get flipped to back to that state of childhood or teenage. So our aim is to practice till that time when until it becomes a natural state. That's when it's called established in samadhi. The words are big, samadhi, establishing in samadhi. But in actuality, it only says permanently get fixated in the stillness. And it is so simple, it is so stupidly simple that when I found out this, I kind of laughed. Is this samadhi? Is this enlightenment? Just simply being aware of your own nature, which you used to be effortlessly in your childhood and in your teenage. Is that simple? It was shock for me. All these big words, enlightenment and samadhi, establishing us, felt like so exotic. All it was to come back to my own natural state of being, which I experienced throughout my life till my teenage. When I got caught into the web of thinking never on, it just happened. constant planning, this became habitual pattern. And when mind created aversion to the present moment, that this moment is not enough, constantly seeking something other moment than this moment. And when I got stuck in it, that's why people who have a recent pregnancy or had a child, they would see how easy it is to be in the present with the child, because the newborn child is so close to the source. Newborn child, dog, animal, they are closer than us to the source. So when you are in their proximity, suddenly the stillness arises. Suddenly the natural state of being in the intimate position of this with this moment, or intimate relationship with this moment, just naturally happens. That's all it is there. So we strive for, or even we strive saying the effort, but this comes without effort. So our life's ultimate destination is to come back to the state of our being, what was in the childhood. So I never understood how does a cycle completes of a human birth, because I knew the childhood, then adulthood, then the old age. Then how does the cycle complete? Because you see there is a summer, winter, and rainy. Again, summer comes and winter comes. The cycle completes. The seed becomes the plant. Plant bears the fruit. Fruit has a seed. Again, seed goes to the soil, and again new plant comes. The cycle completes. So I always saw कि everything cycle is completing. Why the humans are not completing cycle? And then suddenly, when I became aware that the cycle is complete like this. You are born as a child, you become a youth, you become an adult, you become old, and again you become a child. Cycle complete. No more birth for you. And then you say, when I say, when you become child means childlike. That's why Jesus said in Bible, to enter the kingdom of heaven, one has to be childlike. What does childlike means? What is a childlike means? What does a child, when he's playing, what does he's planning, or what does a child want? Nothing. The child is in so intimate relationship with this moment. He doesn't wish anything to change. Obviously, when he's hungry or his body is hungry, he will give you call for various things, natural calls. But psychologically, that child is not asking anything different than that moment. Even you as a child, have you ever wished anything different than that moment? That's what Jesus meant when Jesus said that to enter the kingdom of heaven, one has to be childlike. And that's when the circle will complete. But just simply sitting mind will say, oh, what are you to achieve out of this? This kind of commentaries will come. The bravest part one can do is simply sit, do nothing like we are doing right now. When I said simply doing nothing means being intimate with this moment, not thinking. If you can get a chance and sit in any place whole day, simply doing nothing and just observing your surrounding, do that, and you will see how difficult that is. It is more difficult than climbing Mount Everest. Mind and body supports activity to worship, does not support very easily non-doership or stillness. Suddenly you'll sit and something will idea, thought will come, oh, let's do this, let's do that, oh, this needs to be done, that needs to be done. And simply that story never ends throughout the life. So does that mean I shouldn't work or I shouldn't do anything? Of course we do everything, but we need to keep checking every once in a while, in 15 days or 1 month. Today I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to sit in one place, put a water bottle next to you, a sofa, couch, wherever. I'm not going to get up from here for next 8 hours. And just simply being observant of what is happening. See what mind is saying. Mind will say, let's make a tea. Mind will say, let's have a walk. Let's look at the out of window. So you will see how compulsive mind and body is for doing. You had nice food, you had all the preparation, you done everything, and you sat now. Today, whole day, I'm gonna sit here doing absolutely nothing and see what all things your mind and body does. If you say to mind, let's sit here through whole day watching Netflix, it is happy. It will say, yeah, yeah, no problem. You can binge watch one movie, two movie, three movie, 12 hours gone like that, simple. But don't waste time like that, because that only strengthens the mind pattern. Then what happens if you just sit whole day? Ask this question: what happens if I just simply sit 12 hours without doing anything? It's so difficult, and sitting there 12 hours watching Netflix is not difficult. What's happening here? How come the same mind and body supports watching Netflix and does not support staying still? Is my own company so boring that I can't sit with myself for 7, 8 hours without doing anything? If my company is so boring, my that I can't sit with myself, how can other will sit with me? Am I that boring person? I can't sit with myself for 8 hours without doing anything? That I constantly meet something else? See the small child, he keeps playing with it. He doesn't need anyone, anything. Simply put in cradle and he'll keep playing. Unless he is hungry, he'll give you a call. Is your company beautiful? The day you become so beautiful that you can sit with yourself effortlessly for n number of hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 3 days, 4 days, doesn't really matter. That's when you are establishing samadhi. When there is no compulsiveness of doing anything. Any body movement will suggest mind trying to see if there is any desire occurring. Check. If you want to close eyes, you can close eyes. Check if there is any desire of thoughts or body movement happening. See if there is any demand from body or mind of other than what is in this moment. Simply check. If you want to keep your eyes open, it's okay. If you want to keep your eyes closed, that's also okay. Desire may arise to watch, to check watch or time or phone. Simply notice it. Don't act on it. Just sit with yourself with no pain. Just this moment. I said previously that this session never starts and this session never ends. There is no start, there is no end. We continuously abide in this stillness, abide in this non-doing. We simply meet here between 8 and 9, 9:30, but that does not mean that our session starts at 8 and 9. The meditation never starts, never ends. This abiding in the moment, abiding in this presence is a continuous process. So we have dissolved those lines of starting and finishing the meditation. We do not start any meditation, we do not end any meditation. We simply meet in this abiding of presence. It's a gathering of awareness, where awareness is returning home. Throughout the life, awareness was going outwards. Now it's coming back to its home. Means I am coming back my home, my real home. Thank you so much for being part of today's session. It was so wonderful. And we'll go and discuss our experience, because it's very important that we discuss that in this 1 hour we did today, 1 hour, complete 1 hour, abiding in the presence. What each one of you would have gone through would be completely different experience, and and others will listen to you. They will relate to it, that experience. Some of you might be very easily established. Some of you might be struggling into establishment. We can, while when we do the discussion, we can then root out those issues. So we'll start with Puneet.
Thank you, Mitaji. So it was a great experience. Today we learned the highest form of meditation, which is samadhi. So today we also learned that always we do that. We think that meditation is something we have to close the eyes and then we do meditation. But today, I think this is one of the real life thing. This is how we have to be. That keeping our eyes open, we can still just be present in the current moment. So it was a very good experience, and I felt really happy and blissful after the session.
So was it easy for you to be in the moment, or how was the whole process?
Initially, like
Begin
it
to
took
learn.
some time to me because my mind was just wandering here and there.
Hmm.
But eventually, after some time, like I was able to focus on, and basically I've just used my ears and eyes again, keeping the eyes open, but again I was just using them as a tool
Hmm.
so that I'll be available in the current moment. That was good.
Just know that it's okay to use the tools, but just know that again using tools implicates doing. So it's okay to start with, Many times when my mind is very active, what I do is I do vipassana, I do watching breath and watching body sensation for half an hour,
Mhm.
and then I start abiding into the natural state of awareness. So it's good for when your mind is very active. You can use meditation with object. So when I say meditation with object means there are other forms of meditation like using breath, using body sensation, using sound of silence, using sound, different sound. But that's not the goal. Goal is
Without
to
it.
reach a state where you don't need any object. You are simply sitting like I am sitting here, I am talking to you, you are listening to me. There is no need of thinking in this process. Simply your aliveness, my awareness, your awareness is enough. There is no analysis needed. There is no comparison needed. There is no meaning needed to come out of it.
That's good. Sure.
Let's go to Krishna now. Krishna is very lucky because she has a small child at home. So she is abiding in the awareness all the time.
I got a newborn also, like just 4 weeks before.
Did you? Congratulations. You
Congratulations.
you have a wonderful opportunity then. Keep the baby in the hand and sit there for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Namaste all. For me, the starting time, like initial time, was easier because at that time, being in moment was easier because everything was like, example, just feeling the this air to my body and all those, like the sound of a fan, everything. It's like, okay, I can feel in that moment, so I have something to do. But after some time it becomes like, uh, yeah, I felt it, it is there, now what? Now what? So that at that moment I had a tremendous pressure of closing my eyes and feeling things differently or going somewhere, or
Yes.
a huge pressure to be in the silent, like the so what you were saying was completely disconnect at that time. uh, for like it came, it is there for a moment and then just I can't, and then again I could able to yeah, be there, yeah, I can do it, and then again I couldn't. So that is like on and off going on, and and last, that is an urge what to close my eyes. And the same thing you said, that whatever urge you have it, you close your eyes and just think about it, and that was the urge, like to close my eyes. And yes, so it's like the food for the mind at that time, what was thinking all the time, and I did it. I felt good, but I know that is, it's not the right, it is not the purpose, not right, but it's not the purpose. Because again, once I felt everything, again mind just started like going somewhere else. So that was the whole journey for an hour.
So beautiful. That we just become awakened that how compulsively our mind wants to do something and experience something and something different than this moment. That's the whole point. It wants
Yes,
something different than this moment. It's not happy with this moment. And
actually.
as soon as you go out of this moment, you are in the psychological land. It's not a
Yes,
real land.
it
And
is.
that's the root cause of all the suffering.
Yes, like the
Well,
person, like who those who are parent for like a toddler or a young guy, they totally understand that there's a back of the mind all the time going. Like, there's so many things pending. There's chores pending, but
yeah,
your kid asking you to be with, him
yeah,
or her, And that is the most challenging part, to
Yep.
be there 100%. And
Yep.
there is no alternative. Like, you
Yep.
have to be, otherwise
Yep.
it's not working. So yeah, it's a
Mm.
good learning.
Yeah. And you know what? If if in these tough situations where you are wanted in two different places at the same time, we both are important. And if you cannot accept that moment and stay focused in that moment, you will end up into the psychological place, which will be the suffering. Why me? Why no one is with me? Why no, this is happening? Why that is happening? Why I have to do that? Why other people are not supporting? All that kind of a garbage will start, and that will bring suffering. But if you just stay in that moment, okay, my child is there, he wants my attention, but I need to do the dishes. So I don't resist. I accept this moment as it is. I see what best I can do in this moment. Maybe I
Hmm.
keep my child's cradle next to me when I'm doing dishes. Maybe I sing a song while doing dishes with my child. So what best I can do by accepting this moment and being in this moment, not
Yes,
wishing something to go into other moment, and then as soon as going into other moment, what will happen? The tremendous suffering will come, and with tremendous suffering within you, you will create suffering for the child
as well.
and the child's parents, father and child's grandparents, and everyone will create suffering. Not
It
only
is.
because it's very what you call it's very infectious when you are silent, when you are peaceful, blissful. Everyone can feel that and everyone can experience that. And when you are miserable, angry, same goes for that.
Hmm.
That gets spread as well. For
True.
for for no reason, people become cranky. It is not enough because the only way suffering comes in our life when we do not accept what has arisen in this moment. That does not mean we will not act on it. Let's suppose there's a tremendous back pain arises in me today, now, in this moment. So obviously I will act on it. I'll put some oil or I'll take some tablet. I'll go to doctor. I'll show. I'm not saying we are not going to take action. What I'm saying is I will not resist it. Why this is happening to me? This should have happened to me. What I have done wrong? Like that resistance, the mental suffering, anything comes to my life or anything present itself in this moment, whether it's a financial challenge. Let's suppose some financial challenge came to me, for example. So instead of resisting, why me, why I don't get more money, why I God has to be so tough on me, see how other people can manage and I can't even manage day to day. Instead of creating resisting to the moment, what I'll say, okay, what can I do to change this, and then act on
Hmm.
it. That means I'm accepting the present moment. Okay, this present moment has come up with some challenge. Let's see what the challenge is. Let's see what we can do about it. Not creating resistance to not allowing that moment to actually manifest or unfold in front of us. That's the true essence of being in samadhi. That's the true essence. What is enlightenment means? Enlightenment means is simple, to be okay with what is.
Hmm.
And whatever is designed for you, it will come for you in that moment. Go to Sonia today. Are you in the space of talking, Sonia, today? I think Sonia is not there. We'll go to Sudhakarji. You are mute. We can't hear you. Sudhakarji, you are mute.
So today's experience is totally different because you asked us to observe everything around us. See here, what we were observed means we are not relating anything to the any object which was around us. So there is no relationship. Even though I'm watching it, I'm not establishing any relationship.
No.
So I am keeping my awareness, the stillness awareness is intact. So that's what I felt. I think it's nice for me.
It's an experience-less journey. Okay. The experience is always of your mind or body. Either mind experience something or body experience something. But being aware of this moment, there is no experience apart from the the closest I can describe is just feeling stillness. That's it. So that the more and more we abide into that state, what happens is the pathological thinking of our mind gets eradicated. Now again, mind will ask, okay, what happens next? If the pathological mind gets eradicated, what do I get? You get nothing. You lose everything. You lose your identity. You lose your who you are psychologically. You lose all the depression. You lose all the anxiety. You lose all insecurities. You lose all fear. You just simply establish yourself permanently into the stillness. Yeah, I call it God's being. Then you allow that divine to use this instrument of body and mind to express itself whichever way it wants. So sometimes when you take yourself out of the equation, sometimes you'll see there is a immense artistic desire born. Like for example, some might feel singing, some might feel dancing, some might feel playing instruments, some might feel doing some business, or some might want to explore something different profession or something. That's how then allowing that. So one can easily see that when you allow the God's being to work through you, you see that the horizon just expands. There is no monotonous life, or there is no repetitiveness, mechanical way of life. There is tremendous openings, and you see life as a vast sea where you can do so many things. Usually, in the mind identify state, we become so small that we think only eating, shitting, and sleeping becomes like an experience of life. So keeping allowing this instrument in a such a way so that the universe of consciousness can express itself without any interruption. So when I say we have to establish in samadhi, that means in a such a stillness where it's like when you pour oil into a vessel. So it's a continuous thick layer of oil going into that without any breaks. That's how when that switch get flipped, when we eradicate all our mind pattern, we get established into that childness or childhood awareness or teenage awareness in which continuous presence and continuous stillness is there, where there is a continuous flow of that oil. In that, God can freely express itself in this world. So there is no you in that that moment. It's only the universe, and then universe or consciousness will use this body and mind as an instrument to bring whatever it wants to bring in this physical realm. Until we are not prepared, until we are not making this vessel This is a vessel for that consciousness. Until this vessel is not ready, it cannot fully express itself. Let's go to who's next? Anshu. Let's go to Anshu.
Thank you, Mitaji. It was very beautiful experience again. At first, actually, I felt a huge urge to close my eyes, and literally, I was trying my best to let it be open. But after few moments, yeah, I was able to be still, and after that, yeah, it was really good. I was very still.
Good. Good. Maintain the stillness. Maintain that the state. Whatever you do throughout night, throughout day, try to maintain that. Coming back to the stillness. Okay, who's next? Who we got? Let's go to Auntie Ji for last one, and then we finish session.
Okay, today is such an amazing meditation you have taught us. I heard like Sai Baba, he used to go to Samadhi. I used to wonder what is that Samadhi, doing Samadhi. I didn't understand. And now today I understood what is Samadhi.
Beautiful.
Really amazing
Beautiful.
experience today.
Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
It's so
Yes.
simple.
Yeah, it's simple, but because you taught us, we have experienced that. I think you should teach us now and then, all of us. You should do this class now and then, Samadhi class. Samadhi.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
That's the ultimate
nice.
liberation comes into the samadhic field. The samadhic meditation is the ultimate meditation of all. In this non-doing, mind gets back to its original being. When we were born, when we were children, when we were teenage, what was the state of our being then? It goes back to that state. Mind suddenly gives, when you establish more and more in non-doership, then mind understands there is no point in trying to hold on to this one more person, and it will eventually let go. And once it eventually let go, you are free. That's what, when mind lets you go, that's what called liberation. That's enlightenment. Enlightenment is nothing but you are your mind is letting go of you. This whole character is built out of that mind. That whole character dissolves, and what is then left is a pure consciousness, very loving awareness, which operates in this world so beautifully, with no conflict with anyone, of experiencing oneness every moment, and experiencing miracle every day. Because with my limited mind, I can only achieve this much, or I can only experience this much. With allowing this vessel to be a vehicle for consciousness, the amount of experiences you get, or amount of miracles you see every day, I cannot explain in words, because the tremendous ecstasy it brings with it, the tremendous blissfulness and joy it brings with it, the absence of fear and absence of insecurity makes life so beautiful. And then fearlessly that consciousness expresses itself through this vehicle. And life just becomes again a mysterious, wonderful play. Then bore, old, predictable, monotonous, routine, mechanical way. When we are in mind, it's all mechanical. When you let consciousness to operate this vessel, suddenly you are in the wonderland of how you see those Cinderella movies or complete a wonderland. You are in a complete wonderland when you let the consciousness use this body as a vehicle. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I'll see you one more time again tomorrow, Friday. And we go on again journey. But remember this thing: there is no start, there is no end. You continuously abide in who you are. Thank you so much. See you.
Thank you.